Hello and welcome. My name is Jacob Hengel. I'm the Chief Technology Officer of YourSix, and we're going to review orientation and device rotation. So in this video here, I can see that my camera looks 180 degrees upside down to the user. So that's a problem we need to fix, and there are a few caveats to be aware of with IP cameras on how they function and live and recordings that are in progress while making these types of changes. So first things first, I'm going to hover over this video and click on the link to this device. Here under device management, I can see that video rotation is a setting that the cloud stores and manages over the device, and that will be synced down to the device from the cloud. So that if I do something like factory default that camera or what have you maintenance wise, that setting will get pushed back down to the camera. So this should always be controlled through the cloud. One thing to note, don't ever go into access device and try and set orientation in the camera there. Don't ever log into the local network and set orientation of the camera. Always let the cloud manage this setting. Otherwise, when that device reboots, the cloud will absolutely push that setting back to what the cloud is aware of for orientation here. So we know that we need to flip this camera by 180 degrees. I'm going to change it from 180 to 0 and hit save. And this attention box is really important. This is basically saying if there are ongoing streams, like a recording, that it cannot flip the orientation of that camera. It can't actually rotate. So I hit OK to accept that message, and the best thing to do is wait one quick minute here. Make sure that the settings have been pushed down to the camera, that rotation has properly applied into the device itself, and then we're going to go ahead and reboot. So in this case, this device has a rule that says record continuously to the SD card, so it cannot tell that recording to stop and rotate the view. We need to have that rule stop, basically. If there's ongoing live streams or ongoing recordings, the device cannot properly rotate. The foolproof method here and the gotcha can be just reboot the device. If it's within a service window or the customer signs off on it, whatever, if you have approval, the surefire method is rebooting the device. If you only have motion-based recording and you can guarantee that all live viewers have left the stream, the camera will update and adjust without the reboot, but it's always safe to do the reboot to make sure that all recordings have stopped. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And that will take somewhere between 2 and 5 minutes, depending on what device model, what camera model it is, and how fast it can reboot. So while I do that, I could go update other cameras with the same setting, but if we come back to the matrix here, I'm going to see that it's going to say something went wrong because it can't pull a stream. Right now that device it's trying to pull a stream, but the device is rebooting. So I can remove that from my canvas. I could go flip another camera in the meantime, or if it's the only device I'm working on, I have to simply wait. But again, always adjust this setting through the cloud. Do not go into the device's interface itself and update it. The cloud won't be aware of it, and the cloud will fix that rotation, whether you want it to or not, when it reboots, or has a prolonged disconnection from the cloud and needs to sync back up its settings. So we're going to give this a few minutes, and again, while we wait, we can go work on another camera. So we'll do that in the meantime. I'll show you really fast. We don't want to go and ever adjust the rotation from inside the device. Always do this from the cloud. So whether it's first time set up on a new project or you're just bringing it in out of an old VMS and into the cloud, what have you, don't go in through access device and flip the rotation. Let the cloud set that rotation. Check the matrix on both live and playback for that setting. So ultimately here we have this rotation. Don't adjust this. Don't leave this alone. Don't do it either locally through the network. Don't use something like Access Device Manager to rotate that. Always set this from the cloud. This is a huge gotcha. Cause a little bit of frustration and lose some time. So don't go in and set that. We'll kick back over to the matrix and look at the camera that we did reboot. Not that one, but the one that we rebooted. And we will see if it's back up. So yep, I now have my camera back in service. it is properly rotated. I'm just going to refresh the browser since I was bouncing around on different cameras here. I can see my lapse from when the camera rebooted after that refresh. Refreshing is grabbing fresh information about from the camera, and I can see that gap. So if I go back and play back this footage, it should be upside down. We can't rotate the historically recorded footage, but now all of our new footage and new recordings are properly facing the right way. If I go to live, I'm also facing the right way. So in playback here, I could look at my different sources. If I have multiple sources, make sure they're all facing the proper rotation. Choose SD card, choose cloud, choose NAS, etc. But in this case, I can see that that camera reboot did fix my issue, and I'm now under proper orientation. So thank you so much for watching.